Remember when teenagers could save up summer job money and buy their first car with cash? In 1968, a decent used car cost $200 and a brand new one was under $3,000. Today, the average used car runs $15,000 and young people sign 7-year loans before they can legally drink. But that's not even the most shocking part. Wait until you hear what else changed about buying your first car. It was June 1968, and 17-year-old high school students across America were counting their savings. 2 summers of mowing lawns, bagging groceries, and pumping gas had added up. The magic number? $200. That's what bought freedom on 4 wheels. Not a perfect car, but a running car. A 1958 Chevy with rust spots, a 1960 Ford with questionable brakes, a beat-up Volkswagen that needed paint. But they ran, and that's all that mattered. Saturday mornings, teenagers and their fathers prowled used car lots, newspaper classifieds in hand. 1959 Plymouth, runs good, $175. These weren't dealer lots with salesmen in suits. They were dirt patches beside gas stations, front yards with hand-painted signs, church parking lots on weekends, cash only, title signed over on the hood, drive away same day. But here's what made that first car actually affordable. A summer job at minimum wage, $1.60 per hour in 1968, meant real money for teenagers. 40 hours weekly for 10 weeks equaled $640 before taxes. After Social Security, take home around $550, more than enough for a car, insurance, and gas money left over. Insurance for a teenage driver? Maybe $10 monthly for basic liability. Gas? 33 cents per gallon, $5 filled the tank, lasted all week. Registration and plates? Another $10 at the courthouse, no emissions testing, no safety inspections in most states, no complicated paperwork. Maintenance happened in driveways. Oil changes cost $2 for oil and filter. Spark plugs, belts, and hoses were simple, cheap, replaceable by anyone with basic tools. Fathers taught sons, sometimes daughters, how to check fluids, change tires, gap plugs. YouTube didn't exist because it didn't need to. Knowledge passed hand to hand, garage to garage. The buying process was beautifully simple. A teenager spots a car parked with "For Sale" sign, knocks on the door. Owner comes out, pops the hood. They check the oil. Black means problems. Honey-colored means maintained. Start the engine. Listen for knocks. Watch for smoke. Test drive around the block. Everything negotiable. Listed at $200? Offer $160. Settle at $175. Count out cash on the kitchen table. Owner signs the title, hands over keys. Congratulations, you own a car. The whole process, maybe an hour. No credit checks because teenagers bought cash. No loan applications because who loans money to teenagers? No dealer fees, documentation charges, or extended warranties. Just 2 people agreeing on price for straightforward transportation. If the car broke next week, buyer beware, but also buyer could probably fix it. Cars were mechanical, not electronic. Problems were visible, audible, fixable. Now let's see what that first car costs today. Today, that same teenage dream of car ownership has become a financial nightmare. A running used car under $5,000? Good luck. Most listings at that price are salvage titles, 200,000 miles, or mechanic special, code for doesn't run. A decent used car, something reliable enough for work and school, starts at $15,000 for a 10-year-old model with 100,000 miles. New cars? Forget it. Average price pushes $48,000. The cheapest new cars start at $25,000 before dealer markups, fees, and required add-ons. That summer job at modern minimum wage, $15 hourly, sounds better than 1968's $1.60, but 40 hours for 10 weeks equals $6,000 before taxes. After deductions, maybe $5,000. 1/3 of a decent used car, not even close to buying outright. So teens enter the debt trap early. No cash? No problem. Dealers specialize in subprime loans for young buyers. 7-year terms at 18% interest, that $15,000 used car. Payments of $350 monthly for 7 years. Total paid $29,000, almost double the sticker price. Insurance for teenage drivers? Try $250 monthly minimum, more than 1968's teenagers spent on their entire car. Gas at $4 per gallon means $60 to fill up. Weekly. Registration requires emissions testing, $50, safety inspection, $35, registration fee, $150, plate fee, $50, title transfer, $75. Before driving legally, spend $400 in fees. Maintenance? Forget driveway fixes. Modern cars are rolling computers. Check engine light means diagnostic fee at minimum $70 just to learn what's wrong. But here's the really predatory part. Dealers know young buyers can't pay cash. The whole system assumes debt. How much monthly becomes the only question. Not total price, not interest rate, not loan length, just monthly payment. Can you afford $300? Sign here. That friendly salesman makes more commission from financing than selling cars. Extended warranties pushed hard, another $3,000. Paint protection, interior protection, theft protection, each adds thousands. Gap insurance because you're underwater the moment you drive away. By the time a 20-year-old escapes the finance office, they've signed for $25,000 on a car worth $15,000. 7 years of payments before they own it. Except they won't own it. Average people trade in after 3 years, rolling negative equity into next loan. The insurance nightmare deserves its own discussion. That 1968 teenager paid $10 monthly because insurance covered catastrophic loss. Today's insurance is a profit center. Comprehensive, collision, liability, uninsured motorist, medical payments, roadside assistance. Young drivers are rated highest risk, charged accordingly. Male under 25, $300 monthly minimum. Had a speeding ticket, $400. Live in a city, $500. Insurance costs more than car payments for many young drivers. One accident, even minor? Rates double. Let insurance lapse for any reason? High-risk pool at criminal rates. The car that promised freedom becomes a financial prison. Work to pay for car. Need car to get to work. Miss one payment? Repossession. Credit destroyed before real life begins. And maintaining modern cars? Impossibly expensive. Oil changes that cost $2 in 1968? Now $70 at quick lube places. Tires that cost $20? Now $200 each. Brake job? $800. Transmission fluid? Sealed system? Dealer only? $300. Everything computer controlled means everything expensive. Can't disconnect a battery without resetting 17 systems. Can't change headlights without removing bumpers. Can't diagnose problems without $1,000 scan tools. Independent mechanics struggle with proprietary systems. Dealers monopolize repairs through warranty requirements. Right to repair, battles rage while consumers pay. Young people who might have learned mechanical skills work extra shifts instead to pay professionals. The knowledge transfer from generation to generation breaks. The social impact goes beyond individual finances. In 1968, first cars meant independence, adulthood, possibility. Drive-in movies, road trips, job opportunities beyond walking distance. Cars enabled teenage social life, work life, dating life. Today's car debt means dependence. Young adults live at home longer, unable to afford apartments plus car payments. They delay marriage, children, home buying because vehicle debt consumes budgets. They choose colleges based on public transportation, limiting educational options. They decline job opportunities requiring commutes they can't afford. The freedom machine became a debt anchor. Some young people opt out entirely. Urban millennials and Gen Z embrace car-free life when possible, but most of America requires cars. Public transportation remains inadequate outside major cities. Employers expect reliable transportation. Society built around car ownership traps those who can't afford it. So which generation had it better? Obviously. The 1968 teenager worked 10 weeks to buy a car outright. Today's teenager works years to pay off the same basic transportation. Adjusted for inflation, cars cost more while delivering less freedom. That $200 beater provided the same mobility as today's financed $15,000 used car. But the 1968 version came without debt, stress, or financial burden. Young people today aren't lazier or worse with money. The system changed. Cars became complex, expensive, unrepairable. Financing became predatory, insurance became unaffordable, maintenance became monopolized. What was achievable through summer work became impossible without massive debt. Can young people ever afford cars again? Some propose solutions: better public transportation reducing car dependence, electric vehicles with lower maintenance costs, subscription services instead of ownership. But these miss the fundamental problem. Basic transportation shouldn't require 7-year loans. In 1968, cars were tools, simple, affordable, fixable. Today, they're complex financial products that happen to move. The industry profits from complexity, planned obsolescence, captive repair markets. Simplicity doesn't sell debt. The teenager saving lawn mowing money for their first car? That American ritual is dead, replaced by finance applications, insurance quotes, and decades of payments. The driveway mechanic's learning skills and self-reliance? Gone, replaced by warranty compliance and dealer dependence. Here's what we really lost beyond affordable cars. We lost the pride of saving for something tangible, the satisfaction of cash purchase, the education of mechanical understanding, the confidence of self-reliance. We lost the reasonable progression from teenager to adult. Save money, buy cheap car, learn maintenance, upgrade over time. Now it's acquire debt, stay in debt, trade debt for more debt. We lost the social mobility cars once provided. That 1968 beater took poor kids to better jobs, state colleges, new opportunities. Today's car payments keep poor kids poor. Mostly we lost the beautiful simplicity of straightforward transactions between humans. $200 cash for honest transportation. No lawyers, no finance managers, no algorithms determining rates. Just people, cars, and freedom. That's what changed. Cars didn't just become more expensive, they became weapons of financial destruction aimed at the young. The American dream of open roads became the American nightmare of endless payments. And somewhere, a 17-year-old counts their savings, realizes it's hopeless, and applies for their first predatory loan. Because in modern America, even basic transportation requires surrendering to a system designed to extract maximum profit from minimal product. The freedom of the open road now comes with 7 years of chains.